Hi folks, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to channel. I will be doing two videos for you today. I think it's around just past midnight, 12 a.m., 12:10. So I thought of doing this list earlier today, but as you saw, I uploaded a video which was a bit different outdoor shoot with one of our dear brothers, Aditya Bhai. Aditya Bhai is a pilot by profession. Also, he's a business person and he's a big fragrance enthusiast. So basically, we wanted to do a review with him. So I really saw that you guys liked it, and the thing is, like, I will try to do more videos like that, take other people's opinion. That would be a bit different. So I have in this episode I have 10 fragrances. I would call them classic now. By now they're classic, classy tobacco fragrances for winter. And these fragrances, some of them often don't get talked about that much nowadays because of the many new releases. A few of them are discontinued at this point. I would highly urge you to go out there and try them, okay? And I'm sorry about the messy hair because I am in the process of growing my hair. That's why I often wear the hat because it's always messy, very difficult to maintain. So my target is to get pony or something like that, all right? So that's not necessary information, but anyway, here you go. I have reviewed this all in my channel in details. You can check in depth, and I will do one special episode today because I have reached 3,000 videos officially, right? So first of all, we'll go with Bogart Purum. This fragrance got featured many times on my channel. Reason being, this fragrance is hands down one of the best fragrance in this price range. Very important price range. This is the most affordable in this list. This one officially doesn't have that tobacco, but it has that lavender. It has some pipe tobacco, cherry sort of feel from it, and it smells a lot like pure Havane, which is also featured here. But this is actually a bit different than that. It's very, very strong and out there. First fragrance is Bogart Purum, definitely a must try in winter. And remember, these are all for winter. I'm suggesting, do not blame me saying that, hey, in summer they did not work for me. These are meant to be for winters. Tobacco note works really wonders in the winter. Number 9, we go with the classic Burberry London or the Code. There was a time in the community this fragrance was one of the most talked about fragrance in the community. And the thing is, for me, I think they are still popular among crowd who are the older frag heads. The newer frag heads perhaps do not know about House of Burberry or especially London vintage version. The Code basically represents winter. This one has many other notes. All these fragrances have other notes too, but this is dominant on the tobacco, and so also that port wine. Okay, so it's very fruity, very sweet and very cozy. For me, it's long lasting too. Very festive kind of fragrance. So this is Burberry's London, number 9. Number 8, we're gonna go with another classic. This is a classic list. This is Armani Code. As you can tell from the bottle, it doesn't look like the new ones, right? The new ones have their somewhere here there's a band, right? This is the, I think, first reformulation. Okay, before this used to be called as Armani's Black Code. So they changed the name to Armani's Code, and this still is a vintage, very hard to find. This is very sweet, tonka bean base, kind of got this, I think, lavender. It's the same class as La Nuit de l'Homme. This was the king during its era. My dad used to have multiple bottles of this one, Boss bottled, I remember, and I used to have Lacoste Purum. This is from that generation. So this fragrance definitely is dark, sweet, and it's very, very masculine. Got Fifi Awards for most popular fragrance or creative fragrance for 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row. Okay, Armani Code, the tuxedo of the fragrance game. The bottle is shaped as a tuxedo. Armani's Code, beautiful tobacco note in that. So that's number 8. Number 7, and then we'll go with top 5. Number 7, we're gonna go with this fragrance. Yes, Gucci by Gucci Purum. This fragrance does not get the love it deserves. This is a very underrated perfume. This one is so beautiful, guys. It's got discontinued, very hard to find now, but you can still score these. Look at these bottles. They may also Gucci made to measure, sport, a few other ones like Gucci Intense Oud. They made this kind of they made these fragrances in this bottle. These bottles are very heavy, very beautiful, and I really like this fragrance, the way it smells, the way it opens. Let me spray a little bit. When I smell it, man, you really, sometimes, I don't suggest fragrances that do not smell ordinary. This fragrance, when I smelled it, it doesn't have the best longevity and projection, I understand, but the smell, it's just such a comforting tobacco note in there. And this fragrance is such a gentlemanly, office-friendly perfume, signature scent worthy. This is why I'm emphasizing Gucci by Gucci Purum. Check out my review on that one. So 4 is gone. Number 6. Number 6 is Versace The Dreamer. This perfume is one of the reasons why I'm doing this list. Powdery, lavender, and got this wet tobacco sort of feel tobacco leaf to my nose. It opens up kind of fresh. You know, at first I thought it's gonna be, oh, opening is kind of nice, you know, kind of like moist. And as the dry down comes, it becomes magical. This is the specialty of this perfume. It gets stronger over time, one thing. Second thing, this fragrance is sexier over the next hours when you wear it. So for me, I love both the opening and dry down, but this is a very, very beautiful perfume. If you do not have it, you never tried it, Versace Dreamer, you must try before it disappears from the market. Beautiful tobacco leaf in this one. So top 5. Let's go another Versace discontinued fragrance. This one is not super expensive just yet. I noticed, you know, like many discontinued fragrance immediately hit Amazon and eBay or like different groups. People ask for $100+. This one I think very well within $100. This is Versace Man. Versace's Man is responsible for Versace Menu Fresh, which is like turquoise blue bottle. This is like a lavender or purple looking bottle. This totally smells different from Eau Fresh if you never smell this. This one is a spicy fragrance, you know, it's a spicy tobacco. It's a very masculine, very long lasting fragrance, and this one is the king of its era. Sadly, this fragrance came out and disappeared or discontinued before the fragrance community started reviewing. You know, like before the reviewers came out, this fragrance was, I think, not really in the market anymore. That's why I didn't get the love. This is one of the best Versace fragrance alongside Oud Noir. They have a similar opening, but this one got that spicy tobacco. Check it out, Versace Man. Number 4. This is my favorite, one of the favorites anyway, and this is similar to that Gucci. This is called Dolce Gabbana, The One EDT. All these one flankers, sorry about the dust a little bit. All these flankers, they all have the same DNA. This one EDP, especially these two, have same DNA, but this one at its full outside glory in EDT. You can wear this in the summertime. You know, it's very versatile. That tropical fresh fruit punch, you got that ginger, you got that amber kind of vibe, and then the tobacco in there. So basically this fragrance is such a masculine perfume still till date, such a sexy perfume. You know, one of my first buys in my journey. And the tobacco in this is very much like a cherry tobacco, like, you know, the cigars, right? So this is kind of like a mafia boss, if you like that kind of a theme. This is Dolce & Gabbana, The One EDT. Number 3, I just recently bought the backup bottle of that. That's right there. It's an intact packaging. And as you can hear, this one got the stopper. This hands down is one of my favorite. I haven't featured it in many months. But today I'm featuring this as one of the classic tobacco fragrance because this is the first release from this house. From this line, Viktor&Rolf Spicebomb. My bottle is still running. I mean, still have about, I think, 10-20 ml juice in there, at least 15 ml or so. One of the best, sexiest fragrance in my collection. If you ever talk about top 10 best designer perfume, this one would be in the list. This is Steven Redolescence's favorite fragrance. He loves it. Just go to his channel, you'll see how much he adores this. Pink pepper, it got this tobacco, it got a little bit like, for me, very spicy, sweet, fruity kind of affair, and the fragrance, the pink pepper, makes it so beautiful. You can also try out my favorite, also side by side, is the queen of this, is called Flower Bomb, which I always keep with me. That one is much more beastly, but Spicebomb still in the winter is a beautiful classy tobacco fragrance. Okay, you can get Men in Black or this one, but today I'm featuring this one for the tobacco note. Viktor&Rolf Spicebomb, one of the most beautiful looking bottle in the fragrance game. Number 2 and number 1. Number 2 is something I was wearing last night, and this is the fragrance that gave me the idea to do this. This is Dolce & Gabbana Purum, Max Forte's signature scent, and he actually features always. I have a small miniature of this vintage. This is the sticker versions vintage mini. I treasured this stuff. Okay, I also had, this is made in France version, first reform. This is also considered as the vintage version. I also had that made in UK version, which was okay, but I preferred this by far. This one has that beautiful lemony, citrusy opening, which I really like. Man, this fragrance is such a classic. I mean, one of the most classic fragrance of all time. You can try the Dolce & Gabbana One Intenso, but something about this perfume, you know, I had a love and hate relationship with this one. When I had this first time, I went for clubbing in Kel, and I put this in my car, and I didn't like the dry down. It's getting too much lavender, you know, and the tobacco, it was a bit much. So just to get rid of it, I sprayed more. That was a dumb move. And I choked literally in my car. You know, my car was 7-seater, but still my whole car smelled like this. Even if I get back from the clubbing, I was like, where is my car? And then I'm like, my car still smells of this. I hated that at first. The reason I hated it for, this fragrance is very good for cold weathers. You can wear it in the summers, but wear less. This is one of the best mature fragrances, which has a note of spicy tobacco and that citrus. Dolce Gabbana Purum, get France version if you ever can. Okay, that's a magical perfume. And number one, that leads me to number one. I was talking about Jacques Bogart Purum. Here is the ultimate boss man. Okay, this is a classic by now. This is Thierry Mugler's Amin line, Pure Havane. If you do not know by now, these fragrances were released as limited edition. You guys mostly know, but it at some point it got discontinued. They got re-released, and then they have three versions: the very first vintage, the first reform, and the third one is called Mugler version. I think the Mugler version slowly is gonna be phased out. It's getting hard to find now. Pure Malt is already out. So this perfume, it's one of a kind. If you're a collector, I will just tell you, I usually do not tell you to buy a fragrance, buy this fragrance, okay? Do yourself a favor and see how much you like it. Hardly you find any fragrance, that smells this good, okay? Cherry, tobacco, honey, vanilla, kind of got this sexy edge to it, Okay, I just love spraying this all the time. This and Pure Malt are my winter staples. Absolute love. This one, Naxos, same love for me, okay? Pure Havane is a 10 out of 10 fragrance, which is a classy tobacco fragrance. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And time to do an individual review, then we upload this. Thanks for watching. Love you all, and thanks. Keep supporting me. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do give me a subscribe. It will help me for my journey, and also if possible a like button would help me. See you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.